Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be continuing to take a look at a scenario where civilization started over. And on episode 88 of the series, in the last episode, we saw some more stuff happen. We saw some more expanding and a lot with the anarchism in that Arab country. And we also saw a bunch more stuff happen on Mars. And so now, we're going to be continuing to see what's going on with Mars. As South Asia will begin to start to develop more research stations in this area. They almost already managed to connect this up, but they won't be able to, because I said so. But they will be expanding over this way, up to this point right here. And starting to take more. Until they reach about to here, in which they'll stop. As for Korea, over here, they will take over this area right here. And then they'll also take over these areas over here. And as for Mesopotamia, they'll be taking over a bunch more of this land right here. They'll be just taking over some more of this land over here. So they'll take over this area. And that's going to be it for Mars. And now we need to take a look at Earth again this time. So we're going to get started with this area, which I'll pause this. Alright, now it's time for our daily update for this. This will become 480. So we can go ahead and update this to be 480. This would be... Wait, I can just do... This... And then this, I could just do the same thing. 180. And now, let's do 384 times 2. Hold on, let me just do it this way. Times 2. Okay, 768. 768. Then 248. 248. Okay. Two 4d8 times 2. 496. 496. And as for you, I think I can figure this out. So, 16 plus 16 is 32. Well, actually, hold on. Let me just double check. Let me double check this. 4, 16 times 2. Yeah, 832. That checks out. 832. There's our daily update for that. And now, over here, we can see now that this has happened, some countries are just gonna go in and take land. For example, Mesopotamia will take over this whole area right here to prevent more spreading of this anarchy. Same thing for South Asia. They will take over these lands right here. And European area will take the rest of it. So that's one less anarchy dealt with. That's the anarchy dealt with. Now I think it's time for another country to join in on the Unitarian ideology. That's actually going to be Ohio. They are going to join North America Unitaria. They will join North America Unitaria as their own sovereign area. So we're gonna give this over. So Ohio is actually gonna be integrated into North America Unitaria. Now, how does this work? Well, when the country joins in on a union in this series, they always state their capital. Basically, their whole country is still a thing. They still operate within. They operate within the union. So basically, they will operate within this whole union, but they actually are independently in there. They are independent, and basically, they're still a country. All the countries that are in this union are still countries. They're still operating under their own flag. They're still operating as their own country, but under the Unitarian, Canada Unitarian, North America Unitarian flag. So that's why that happens. There will be others, by the way. There will still be others. But for now, we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna integrate them fully. Actually, this is happening slowly. This is happening at a slow pace. This isn't all in one day, 1 second. This takes time. I'm just showing you how quick it would take, how this is happening. Actually, I think I'm just gonna do it this way. Hold on. Yeah, that's easier. This will be a lot easier now. And yeah, so Ohio has joined North America Unitaria. That's a monsters thing. Another country that will join in on this will be Venezuela. So Venezuela will join in on Unitarian, the South American Unitarian, basically. So, we are going to see that this whole country will be absorbed, but not actually absorbed. It's going to be still its own country within. So we're seeing a lot of integration happening for a while. And you already know what we're going to do here. We already know how it's going to work. We already know this is going to take time to happen. But what I'm showing you is just a full, like it's going to be it's going to be quicker than it actually seems. This is quicker than it seems. It's a whole lot quicker than it actually is. You're actually seeing it happen. So yeah, you're seeing just a slowed down process, sped up process. It's basically just a sped up process here. It's a whole sped up process, so you're not exactly seeing the actual thing. You're just seeing a sped up version. And yeah, South America Unitaria is pretty big now. Another country that's going to join in on a union here is actually going to be Greece, which it's been a long time coming, but they finally had decided to join. They have finally decided to join in on the Unitarianism, one of the Unitarian nations, who are actually full-on unified. Which this is a good thing. This is always a good thing. This is always a good thing to do. Because being unified with other countries is actually pretty sweet. So, yeah, we're actually doing something good for Greece. This is actually very good for the Greeks in this timeline. So, yeah, that's about it for that. And now, one more nation will be joining Unitarianism. We'll be joining the Unitarian South. They'll be joining South Africa Unitaria. That country is going to be Somalia. Somalia has decided to join in on South Africa Unitaria, or just Africa Unitaria at this point. But they decided to join. And that's actually almost going to do it for this episode, but we're going to talk about something. We're going to see a war take place after this. And this war be This country is gonna be invaded by its neighbors, so we could take a look at this invasion. The reason why they're being invaded is because they're collapsing at this point. And they don't want multiple groups, anarchist groups, to pop up in this country. So they're just gonna go in, like, with an invasion force. They'll send in special forces to capture this whole entire territory. Because they are just gonna quickly take this area out. We're gonna quickly go along here. They'll quickly go along throughout this area of the country, while also fortifying their front lines, of course. You gotta fortify front lines. And the yellow team here will also do exactly the same, where they send their forces out. And they'll send them straight from the border region here. So yeah, we're just gonna see more areas pop up. More invading forces get in here. So we see these guys actually are taking out all of this for whatever reason. They are actually still going. They will send their forces more out this way. They will just keep sending their forces over here into this area. Now we're gonna see some more of these guys will be invading and going straight towards the capital. But they don't dig in. They won't go after, they won't head towards the capital. They're forming a encirclement here. They just keep on going over this way, sending forces throughout this area for a front line. Where who knows why, but they will send some forces over here to establish a broader front line. Same thing will happen with the yellow team, as they send their forces over to connect up with this part of the encirclement, and they will follow with the same tactic, as they will, of course, establish a broader front line as well, as they just begin to take over lots and lots of territory. And basically, they'll basically just dig in for a bit. Then, slowly but surely, the capital will be surrounded on all fronts. And eventually, these special forces will take out the capital city. Take a look at a peace deal. So, in this peace treaty, this capital region will see the division of this country. So it'll go something like this, with all of this area going over to this country, to the country right here, with all of these provinces as well. As for this guy, it'll be the same, but you'll gain the capital province. So we can go ahead and draw in that, and let's draw in the rest of these provinces. And yeah, that's all the provinces. There we go. And that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in episode 89. Goodbye.